What's good, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. Happy Monday. It is indeed Monday. It's actually Memorial Day here as well. So obviously, Memorial Day, we honor our troops, honor our fallen soldiers who protected us, and also very, very important, big, shouts, for their honor and service. Always a good holiday. Kick back, relax, grill on a barbecue, some burgers, get some wings, do whatever you need to do. Simple as that. But today, we are going to check out the incredible story of Sir Doug Nicholls. Now, obviously, he is somebody who has a round name after him, who's a very, very big important figure in the AFL. But I don't think we really fully deep dive into it. I just don't think we have. So, unlike Chaz, we might as well just check him out, see how he got the round name after him, and just overall just learn more about him. So, either way, boys and girls, don't forget to like the video, sub as well. I guess we just start. Let's get it. 15 minutes. It's gonna be pretty long. Let's just start. Shout out to the channel as well.
This story should be told because it's one of the greatest stories, not only just Australia, but it's one of the greatest stories of the world.
Not many men have done what he has done over 82 years.
Look at the fit.
It was everything a footballer should be. He was perfect.
So Doug Nicholls. I'm not even going to pronounce that.
Camargunja Mission, which is in New South Wales, and he was the youngest of six. He was born in 1906, and he lived on Camargunja for many years.
When he's born, he's moved into that transition period where the tribal people are disappearing. We got the land taken off us, and we got the Bible, and we got churches where that was the school part.
He only went to school like grade 3 or 4.
People did it hard,
Damn.
Sir Douglas Ralph Nicholls returns to his birthplace. The Camargunja station has changed since he left it in 1929 to seek his fortune playing Australian rules football in Melbourne. He remembers the white man taking Aboriginal women and children away in an attempt, he claims, to disunify his people.
This policy of taking our girls from the mission, they just came in and ruthlessly threw our girls into their cars. And the mothers hung to them, and I can see my mother hanging to my sister. 16-year-old, they threw her into the car, and here am I with a crowbar.
She ends up at Coodamar.
Yeah. Whoa. What? That's, jeez. So they just came in, just taking these people's daughters and sisters for what? That was the way of breaking down, the indigenous people of the area. That's effed up. That's so effed up. I'm gonna try not to curse, but that's crazy as shit.
Under a children's home, then gets put out as a domestic to Sydney, comes back pregnant, and she dies age 26.
It does make me feel really sad within myself when I hear about stolen generations and what happened to Dad, the feeling that he must have had.
Were you very bitter towards the white population when
Very
you were with
bitter. It was instilled upon us. We were very bitter.
I don't blame him for that. You can't hate him for that.
In trying to do the right thing by everybody.
As a youth, Sir Douglas was uneducated and illiterate. He fought his way up in the white world with the only weapon he knew, a prowess in sport.
And over yonder, there's the football ground where I learned football, still playing up bare feet. I was captain of the school team. We went out.
It was very important.
Bro, it's
The
fine.
most important thing to most of us.
Most of them couldn't afford boots, so they played out in the paddocks of Camargunja.
Kicked the balls around here and with his, the other boys. He was very talented in sport, he used to also follow Fitzroy, as we all did as
Hey.
children.
He played with Cummeragunja football teams here. There was 3 sides. And then when he left Cummeragunja, he went to play with a football team called Tongalo, which was in the Goulburn Valley League.
And the farmers around here, they helped him to get to Melbourne because he wanted to play football.
I think Melbourne was one of those things that was a bit of an adventure for young fellas, and he wanted to play top football, and he was a bloody good player.
He actually acquired a job with the Northcote Football Club and became a curator. He was then approached by Carlton to come and play football with them.
Were you worried about your colour at all
Not
when
at
you
all.
started
I was
playing?
never conscious of my colour. I felt that I was their equal. And this helped me too.
This is the sad part about this with Carlton. He asked to be rubbed down. No, we're not going to rub you down because you stink. I, as a young kid, hearing that story growing up, horrified.
They were my first racist stories. I straight away built myself this shield of armour that I wasn't going to allow anyone make me sad or make me angry like that.
Thanks.
Dad
Dude, what
carried
the
that for
hell?
a long time, hardly spoke about it. And now at Carlton, we have people in that club who have been thinking about what happened to Dad. So they want to do something about it. And I think, you know, that is so good that they're going to come out and acknowledge that.
What sort of balances it out is what grandfather said. To get a tune out of a piano, you can play the white notes and you can play the black notes, but to get harmony, you got to play both. And that was reference to, you know, reconciliation probably for the
I
first
knew
time.
that hat.
It
That
was
hat
about
was crazy.
working with people.
That hat
So he
was
worked
crazy.
through those
Looked like
racial
cowboy
things.
hat.
And then he ends
That's
up
fine.
at Northcote and Fitzroy.
I was a bad loser. I always wanted to be in top. Same with football. I went for the ball. I want to be on top. I was good. I want to be good. Dominating my mind that I was their equal.
Past the Nicholls' early days in Melbourne, it was sport that earned him
Look at the
enough money
fit.
to live. He was a champion runner, and he decided to become a professional sportsman. In 1929, he joined Jimmy Sharman's boxing troupe.
Running, boxing, football, you know, champion and everything.
All at the one time is totally mind-blowing for me.
He played with Northcote in the VFA. From there, he then went down to Fitzroy. He was the only Aboriginal player playing in the VFL at that time. He took the media by storm as well. They couldn't believe their eyes in terms of how fast he was.
I don't want to compare it to like Jackie Robinson because, like, what they both had to go through to integrate themselves into professional league during that time. Like, obviously Jackie Robinson was with baseball in America. That was 1942, and before that, it was just straight white people. Obviously with Doug coming in here, playing with Carlton. I mean, bro, they were talking about wiping him down. That is insane. Let's just keep going, but dude's a boxer, football player, track and field, multi-athlete, just athletic.
He played 52
Look at
games
that.
and played in the same era as Aidan Bunton.
And I remember him saying this particular story. He was in the rooms on his own.
Aidan was taken back by why was he sitting in the opposite end of the change rooms when all the other players were getting dressed.
That feeling must have come across him again, that I'm not going to be accepted here.
Aidan approached him and said, "What's the matter?" And he said, "Well, you know, it's like I'm black and I don't fit in with the other players like that."
From that game, Hayden Bunton, he befriended Dad and they became good buddies.
To go over and sit with my grandfather when he was sitting there by himself getting ready, it's quite a beautiful image.
That's hard. That's fine.
We were always known as the family club. My father played with Sir Doug in the 30s. He was an outstanding footballer, 5'2". He was knee-high to a grasshopper, really, but he succeeded at the highest level, and he was the one Aboriginal person just so inspirational to all Aboriginal players. It would have hurt him at different times, racism, but he had the strength and courage to overcome those things.
In one game against Richmond, Jack Dyer must have been running past him and given him a swipe and said, "Out of the way, nigger." That didn't go down too well with grandfather, but he basically held it in until he got picked in the Victorian team to represent Victoria and Western Australia. And he was on the train, and obviously Jack Dyer was also selected. And Jack Dyer came into his carriage. Grandfather apparently said he wasn't happy with him. Word to that effect. One went a bit strong.
Why is he slowly getting closer?
And then Jack sat down with him and apologised.
Somebody, they're getting ready to smush.
So we have no beef with Richmond.
He loved football, but he got the message across, the Christian message across too.
The Aboriginal Mission Church at Fitzroy in Melbourne has come to cater for all. Its pastor is an Aborigine, Pastor Doug Nicholls, whose philosophy is that every man must make a contribution to the community.
Later on in life, Dad decided that he wanted to take up the church.
We belonged to a great family of God, and he had made out of one blood all nations of men.
The way that he preached was so good. That's where Dad really started to get involved in Aboriginal affairs.
He was always politically thinking. He was involved in everything that was going to help our people. We had this one soldier who fought for us, and they knew who that soldier was, and it was Dad.
On the 27th of May 1967, more than 90% of Australians voted in support of counting Aboriginal people in the census. Pastor Doug Nicholls was instrumental in lobbying for the referendum.
We're appealing to the public to support us in a yes vote.
The Nicholls family travelled the country, drumming up support for reform.
Mum and Dad worked so hard. We forget about the women at times, but Mum was the person behind Dad.
He might have been the chairman, but Nan was the CEO.
People would come from everywhere, just come up and shake Dad's hand.
I think with Doug, I appreciate more of him outside of just football. His ability to lead a group of people. Obviously, football's what a lot of people know him as and all, but what he did after that, or still during his time, you know, having a church pastor, but just the human rights of what he stood for and what he wanted. I mean, that's you can't really hate or disagree with that. And he did all of this just because he wanted to play football. He just wanted to play AFL, VFL, whatever it's called back then. He just wanted to play some footy. And he managed to do all of this. I mean, that's just goated to me. Like that's fine. Like, come on now. Like, that's
As soon as that hit your hand,
that's impressive. That's impressive.
You were safe. You knew you were there with a man of culture, man of God, and that was really important to people, whether you're young or whether you're old.
With his sons, Ralph and Bevan, Pastor Nicholls is always a welcome visitor in the dressing room. It's a result few would have envisaged from the young man who came to Melbourne in 1926 and had to sleep in the markets. He's proud that last year he was named Father of the Year.
That was such a surprise. Like an Aboriginal family, an Aboriginal person winning Father of the Year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know he wanted a lot for us when we were children. He thought I was going to be a doctor, if you don't mind.
He was also the King of Moomba. He was knighted by the Queen of England.
The only footballer night.
He also had an audience with the Pope.
He had the Pope?
How many people, non-Aboriginal or Aboriginal people, have met the Pope?
That man's a living legend, for real. That man met the Pope.
Papa Mummus is the head man of all tribes in Australia.
This, I get very emotional about it. Coming from Camera and then becoming Governor of South Australia, no one would ever dream of an Aboriginal person would become Governor of a state.
As appointed Governor of South Australia, it's a great honour, not only for Lady Nicholls and I, but for the Aboriginal people of Australia.
I recently was in Adelaide. The Governor himself took me on a tour of Government House, and explained to me how much respect he had for my grandfather. And funnily enough, I told him that this hallway that you're walking me on right now, me and my cousin used to play football along here.
Mm-hmm.
And that brought a smile to his face.
Flies and gnats.
And walking around...
Okay, no offense, but maybe I'm just picky. But they couldn't choose anywhere else for these two to get interviewed. They're in the middle of a freaking swamp. You know, you got animals, probably alligators. You know, Australia has the most crazy of animals you see of all time. Then you got flats, gnats, mosquitoes. Y'all could pick anywhere else. We couldn't go inside. We couldn't go to like a regular park. We're in a swamp. I mean, she's like, what if an alligator come up? Maybe I'm just overreaching, but I'm just saying. I mean,
Adelaide, memories started coming back, man. And I was telling people that I used to kick around this town in a Rolls Royce.
Rolls Royce.
How did you get around?
Sir Douglas has a deep pride in his Aboriginal heritage. He built this monument, and the words on it are his.
To the memories of our beloved people, pioneers of that mission. Today, we walk in the footsteps, as it
looks
were,
nice, though,
of those great people.
Hey, budget.
I get infused with the spirits of this country. This is our bloodline. This is our tree. This is how I'm connected.
Facts.
All that beauty of the country is your home. That's where your traditions are and your customs and your ancestors' DNA's all over that country.
Sir Douglas Nicholls ends his journey here, where it all began, on the banks of the Murray.
Mum and Dad are both buried at Cumra.
Every day of my life I think of Dad. I wish he was still here. I sometimes think he is here with us, with me.
His spirit.
Even though he's not here with us physically, he's still here spiritually.
He said, I'm going home. I can smell the gum leaves. And he's at peace here.
If we used to sit around here and probably bring our lunch here and sit down and have a tea just for
so I see why they probably did it, because
gum trees.
You know, this is like their home
means
ground,
so much
so
to us,
when
you
they have
know?
like an interview at the home ground, whatever, it makes sense. It makes sense. I'm just
I'm
saying.
very proud to be the grandson of
What if
Pastor Douglas
something
Nicholls.
just came up and just
His
bit
legacy for me is great integrity, compassion, fair go, mateship, human rights, civil rights, spirituality, identity, culture, a place in the earth. That's what he's given me.
Would you have been so well known and a spokesman for the Aboriginal people if you hadn't been a famous footballer?
This is one of the good things. I made a lot of friends to sport, which has no barrier.
He had that vision about football opening doors. It opened doors for him, it opened doors for my son, and opened up Murray played football.
I mean, look at how many great, like,
club.
The thing that really
you know, like
inspires
Aboriginal
me,
people we have in the league.
5'2", a little man walking amongst giants.
5'2".
Trying to change the attitudes of people. Has it made a difference? Well, he has made a difference.
We had that saying about, how can we soar like eagles when you feed us like chooks? And so he knew from the start, from, you know, virtually in the early days when he saw his sister taken away, he met injustices head on.
This round that's going to be named in Pastor C. Douglas Nicholls' name is a great honour.
Our father, grandfather, uncle.
It honours all our people, as well as him and his family.
Oh, I'm getting emotional.
More than proud.
That shit
I wish
hits.
there was another word.
Everybody was proud of it.
There has to be another word that covers all those words, and I don't know it. But if somebody out there knew it, I wish they'd ring and tell me what it is. It was everything a footballer should be. He was perfect.
I think, first of all, it's great video. I think with Doug, like I said, we can look out from like his football, like accomplishments and all, but like I said, like what he achieved afterwards, after football, and all the stuff you mentioned, like he became governor, you know, the human rights, civil rights, like his religious, like, this dude was really like, he really cared for like the people, not just for himself, but for the people, his family. Like, he just wanted to see his own people be great. He just wanted to see his people be great. I mean, that's why I think now I look at this round differently than I did before, 20 minutes ago. Because obviously we see it, Sir Doug Nicholls round, great round. We see like the crazy new Guernseys and all. But just the impact behind that round and the meaning behind this round is simply phenomenal, man. I mean, shout out to Doug Nicholls. Hell of a guy. Hell of a character. Hope you guys did enjoy the videos. Always don't forget to like the video. Sub as well. See you guys soon. Peace.